Starting to heat up a little here between these two. I feel like we're seeing kind of quite polarizing rounds. Either, you know, quite clean for Guild or quite clean for Liquid. No one really able to string together this momentum off the back potentially yet, but it's still early days. And you're going to see the respect coming out there. Scream going to have to back away. Link's not going to hold the ground though, and actually, speaking of respect, Scream gives him none. Sprays on in, finds two, and Safe gets caught. Nevera, the brothers in arms, hold together this round. What a dangerous duo on the side it is. Yampy swings over, he wants in, and Scream to close it out.
You're under there, so already dropping across to try and aid that economy. Nevera just posted. I mean, there wasn't even a peek ahead of that to check.
No, nothing. It's kind of scrappy. Are we playing deathmatch right now? This feels very they might want to do a little deathmatch with that awkward exchange. It does come through, but both of them just strafing around each other. It's a horrible fight. As Leo and Cold to the last two, and again, Spike's pretty much under Liquid control. Keep that in the back of your minds. It's something that's going to really change potentially the outcome of this round, as it's not to hand. Shout out to my observers. Damn. Anyway, looking at the other side of things, Cold going on the world's longest flanking. Well, feels pretty bad, man. I think they see me.
It's interesting to see here if we're going to see an adjustment to Coldament's utility, because this wall is basically to allow a little bit of pressure towards the bottom of Tube. But this time, Nevera's happy to just post up in front of it. That's the thing, it's a massive deterrent.
Oof. Leo just found Soulcast. I was kind of getting on board with this then, but the trade-out comes in. Scrim's still safe. As soon as you remove Soulcast from that, I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance they could still find some pressure. A main. I'm glad that he's kind of getting a little, not aggressive, but actively peeking double door now. Spotting one towards elbow. Scream now knows he has to back away from this, maybe looking for an early start to things. Everyone's still around this. I want to see when they hit the rotation with one of these two ops. They could leave Nevera posted or leave maybe, I guess, potentially Yampy posted, whichever way, but they do need to address the fact that there's now been contact had on that B side of things. They're leaving a lot down to Scream here, who's never looked comfortable on the knives. But there's the adjustment. There's the rotation. Nevera catching Safe on the push-up, coming out of elbow, just seeing him up and over the top. Link holding Safe on the back of this fight, and this fight takes looking a little disjointed, as now they're going to struggle to make it count. Link again finding Russ. They're just taking away one by one. Yeah, this is individual. This is not looking cohesive, and it's going to be punished. And now you got to change up.
Guild from planting. We're getting any sort of control towards either side. I mean, they can just close these rounds out.
And you got to do it with Marshall, Scouts, Guardians, whatever you can find in the leftover drawer that's somewhere near the kitchen. And maybe this is a fact-finding round more than the big one to try and deal with this. Noted the early op there from Nevera. Okay, they did get one. I wasn't sure how many they're going to get off the back of that, but they do note Cold and Mentor as well. This could be scribbled in the notepad. And a slower start now for Guild, taking their time here.
With this purchase, they're actually planning on trying to get the Viper's Pit down. The fact I see a Phantom in the hands of Cold and Mentor, and yeah, that wall will enable them to try and get that done. We can get ahead of it though. I mean, if we noted, there's no secret about his position.
No, but it looks like Nevera wants to bail him out on it as well. From the flash, he does get at least one. He's not backing away either. Nevera standing his ground and fighting for this. Impeccable work. And again, he's still holding dominance, but you can see the pressure now coming in from the side. Yampy catching the cross. It's the shutdown of the ops. This is the danger we talked about. Potential this has. You fight one, there's going to be another. And Safe, yes. Handle locked in. So much to deal with.
Nevera even pulls the tour de force. It does look a little desperate. Look at, I mean, Coldament's, like I said, just desperate to get that Viper's bit here, but which is to meet them at the front door, prevent them from getting onto site.
And Soulcast just ate that flash. Speaking of, last one back out. Just getting found though. We look at Guild looking at other options, but that option is Tube, which is a bit dangerous. But Yampy's just been really spammed down. I don't know if they actually saw him on that, if that was just blind fire, which, hey, if it works, it works. You take them. You're making those ops feel uncomfortable now. They attack on two fronts. Now, main's been compromised and Tube's been compromised, and Safe is looking to try and be that problem. Link's still going to try and do some work to alleviate some of those issues. Takes away Trex from the Sodimentor a little more alone.
Timing.
On the spike, and he turns around. And you're right. Safe did catch him. Finding Soulcast is huge. Navera connecting. Link finds Safe lurking, and Scream shuts down Coldamenta. It's systematic, as Leo can only do so much. Gets Scream, sure, but the defuse comes out, and yeah, 2 stand, but what a way to do it. And I guess they could recover that op as well if they want to. Could always cycle that back through. Doesn't seem like they need it. It worked, though. They broke a little bit, and then the double ops came out.
Yeah, and a total momentum shift here. I mean, after that, yes, Guild got a plant in here and there, and you don't have enough tools. Yes, you got a double initiator here, but it's such a huge investment that you kind of take away from, you know, some of the bite to your execute. It has to be this slow push, and the worst thing you can do, start shift beacon operators.
I like this. Scream going to try and clear the way, but look at where the rest of Liquid are. They ain't on B. All of them heading through towards A. There's one player on the back of the site and Rust with the support. Gonna find Yampy on the cross, but it's still Trex trying to swing. Blinded. I don't know where that just came from, but it didn't look good. Navera trying to do damage, dips away, but this is 5 standing. This would need a miracle to work out, and it was all a bit of an attention grab towards the B side, but it doesn't find much footing. Vera, what are you going to do with this? How much can you do?
Maybe 2 left in the Headhunter as well. Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't even need line of sight, but 10 HP now is going to be even more difficult to try and recover this. He is known for his pistol round aces, Lauren.
Really? On 10 HP? That's crazy, Mike. I never seen that. Now, with the perfect start that they wanted, a good beginning, clean. It looked like aggression is what they want to kind of throw as their next layer to this. Just get in their faces, which is a dangerous game to be playing.
Curveball doing curveball things.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
Well, it's punished. I mean, they equalize here in terms of the numbers. Scream at you with a lot of information in a position to punish. Potentially. I mean, he's got to find Rust first, and peak not favorable for him. Wow, okay.
Okay. Oh. It seems that Trex has won. Yeah, a little unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? You take them when you're given those sort of deals. Oh, and that scene. Yampy punished. Even just Soulcast. And I kind of, as much as we try and stay indifferent, I'm actually quite glad to see Guild now off to a good start in the second half, because we get potentially a longer game, right? Because it felt like once Liquid had control of the economy, the game spiraled in their favor in that first half. I do want to see a little bit of that from Guild, what they start looking like they get, as long as you're doing your job, but...
I mean, the attack is really where those numbers then start to become even more concerning.
Yes.
Destroyed.
Let's see how he looks. First man in. Has to deal with a lot. Does have Scream by his side. And from Rust, though, dealt with by Navera. Soulcast goes down, but if it facilitates the trade, you'll take it. However, the speaker of trades is one right back out of Navera. Still able to operate well enough. The site is theirs, but it's not safe, and the spike can get lost on the cross. Navera is still putting on numbers. This guy is gunning him down, but it is still a 1v1. Trex, that's the man.
Down on...
Yes, this should do.
Scraps here and there, maybe some scares. I think the tour de force actually available here for Navera. That could be something that sways this round, makes it a little more doable.
One enemy remaining.
The Guild looking pretty comfortable so far at the start of this defensive half.
Yeah, they look pretty solid. Navera, just hearing that whiz past him. Look at the rest of the purchase. Is a little bit behind this, but not a great deal. Coldamenta receiving some damage early on, so going to be on red alert, but Safe's in a bit of a spot of bother here as well, because he's a little bit pinned to this for now, unless he wants to give another opportunity over to Navera. So I'm curious to see how he wants to play this, if there's anyone who can maybe play off the back, if anyone wants to give him maybe this peak, or maybe they sit here quite happily for now. It's a lot of weight on the shoulders of Leo. And the wall goes in, smoke goes up. Gonna keep Leo for a second. Take him before back. No, Scream gonna springboard off the back. And find Leo. Look for the follow-up. Safe is in danger. What a burst from Liquid. The site's theirs. That was incredible work.
Without breaking a sweat as well. Facts, whether you can find that. I mean, damage doesn't really equate to anything here. Liquid brought nothing into this other than the tour de force and a few sheriffs. Wondering what it's even. What? Ooh, did Link just catch him? Yeah, it looks like a couple of other players readjust. Yep. Right. In the economy, I'm actually wondering if.
It's actually pretty filthy, yeah. 4.3, 5.1, and a pasty hit coming out as well. It looks like they've got a full intention in mind. It's going to be, I imagine, ending up on this A fight. Not trying to do some damage from above, but he's down to 7 HP. It looks like he needs to depend on his teammates here. Leo's going to at least catch Scream, quell that initial threat, and Spellcast Spencer both middle and rightly so, but maybe a response in kind. Guild, even with the subpar weaponry, still able to do some damage here. Leo going to keep them in check on site. Looks like he wants to keep them a little more revealed or a little bit more down. Link swiftly handles him. Leo trying to aggress further. And the Viper ult coming out as well. That's a little interesting.
I think this was just to pick up those 2 weapons.
No, maybe worth it then. We'll find out as Yampy tries to try and take the space back from main.
A ton of damage.
And it is. He's down to 19 HP. Navarro's not sitting perfectly either. As Coldamenta actually around the back line. He's going to find Yampy. Navarro goes down. It's all on Link now. A 1v2, and he's got at least eyes on one. It's the second he has no clue about. He's going to find Rust, and he's reading it like he's on the side. He's done it correctly.
This has worked out. I mean, what? Guild convert the bonus. They lose the round 4 effectively of the second half. And now they're in a position where